Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you doing my weekly check-in and checking in with you guys on how you're doing and wondering how is your weekly check-in. It's the first week of January. How did it go? Were you able to slow down? Were you able to buy things that you needed? Or was it still more of what we were spending over Christmas and the holidays? I know I just keep spending and I'm pretty much over budget in every category. I tried to slow down. I really, truly tried, but I'm still, spending a little more than I thought I would, but I also included 2 days in my budget. So we're going to check that out. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you join in the conversation. And, if you have questions or comments, please put those in the comment section below. And if you're one of my subscribers, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me and coming back to my channel and watching my videos. I really appreciate you. So yeah, we're going to check in. It's a weekly check-in. When I closed out December, I closed out December a couple days early and moved those 2 days to January, basically because my husband got paid a day early. Normally he gets it on the 1st, but because it was a holiday and weekend and all that, he kind of got it midnight the 30th and it posted on the Thursday the 31st. So when I closed out on Wednesday the 30th, whatever I spent that evening, I just went ahead and put there, and then everything that I spent on Thursday the 31st and all the way up to the 7th. So we're going to check in from Wednesday's the 30th through the 7th of January. And yeah, there's a lot going on here. You're going to see something new. I added an unbudgeted miscellaneous category to my specific categories on my expense stickers. So what I typically do, if it's first time watching, this is what I do. I put down every day that everything that I spend. I use a little expense stickers. I get these from Sara Marie Stickers. In fact, I have a package probably in the mailbox right now because I just saw the mailman drive by of more expense stickers from Sara Marie. So I'm really excited about that. You can find her on Etsy. You can find her on YouTube. She's an excellent resource and my inspiration for what I've been doing with my own journey. So I absolutely love that. And I like taking the little white squares that are in here and highlighting those squares with different colors. So pink is for grocery household, blue is for restaurants, green is for miscellaneous, and purple is gasoline. And then I added this other one, and you can see the difference. I'll put them side by side here. This I got from an Oops bag from Sara Marie a long time ago, and they're very tiny expense stickers, and they are meant for the petite planners, like these little planners for the Erin Condren. So if you have one of those and you do budgets in those, you can use these expense stickers. I don't know if she still sells these, but she used to. And hers, she had a miscut and put it in an Oops bag, and I got it in an Oops bag. So I thought, hey, this would be a perfect way to use it because I'm spending more than what I budget for my categories here. Every week I have a specific amount I want to keep within, and I'm not reaching that goal again. I guess I enjoyed spending so much in November and December for Christmas and the holidays. I just keep going. So there we go. So these little tiny expense stickers are me tracking how much we spent for unbudgeted out of the buffer, which is whatever is left over after all the bills are paid, all the spending categories are taken out and everything, what I have left in my checking account. And I use that as a miscellaneous unbudgeted, and it's a buffer. It just sits in the checking account. And I've been spending it a lot lately. So let's go ahead and jump in. I am going to zoom you in, and then I'm going to take my notes over here. We're going to list everything and start with grocery household. So let me get my notepad here, and I will zoom you in. So I'll be right back. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to be doing grocery household, and I'm just going to make a list of all the grocery household from the 30th through the 7th that's going to count for this week, and just kind of check in on how much I spent for the week and where we're kind of at, and go from there. So on the 30th, I did a Walmart grocery pickup for $119.75. Food Lion was $7.24 on the same day. And the reason there's two there, I had more in my grocery pickup from Walmart, but when I don't get substitutions when I do Walmart grocery pickup. It's just a personal preference of mine. If they don't have the specific thing I'm asking for, I want to decide on what the substitution is. I don't want them to decide. So I have a food line by my house. Whatever they don't put in the Walmart pickup, I just will run by there before I go to Walmart, pick up the items that they didn't have. And you say, well, I could go in the Walmart store and do it. I could, but it just, the food line is so much closer, and the Walmart I go to is pretty far away for the grocery pickup. And so I just happen to go there. And usually the food line has a couple items that Walmart does not carry, and I tend to go there to pick those up. So there's some fruit juices that my kids love, and there's a particular flavor that one of them loves very much, and that's only found where I go to Food Lion or Harris Teeter sometimes. So that's that. The next grocery pink I have here is Food Lion again, $36.45, and then I come over here. I have Food Lion again for $22.09, and then another $42.79. Oh, and I also get HelloFresh every week. Now I've been having a problem. $63.28. This box was supposed to show up on this Saturday. I have them scheduled for Saturdays, and it did not. It showed up on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, and so we did not get the HelloFresh we normally got, and this week's box is running late. So yeah, we're having some trouble with that here recently. So we're going to total these up all together and figure out how much we spent total for the week for grocery household. Okay, so we in total spent $332.60 in grocery household. Okay, next we have our restaurants, and restaurants is highlighted in blue, so I'm going to go down here, restaurants, and we're going to look for all the restaurants. So right here I have Peking, which is a Chinese restaurant my husband loves. Not my favorite, but I get it with him because he enjoys it so much. The family, for the whole family, we got Red Robin. I think it was a night that I just could not cook, and I was just, I'm not cooking tonight. So that's what had to happen there. Fridays is pizza night, either the kids by themselves or as a family. So we did it as a family, $46.49. And then we went to the zoo and stopped in the cafe on Saturday as we were walking around the zoo, and then got some snacks and water and stuff. So that's from there. El Toro Loco, little Mexican restaurant nearby. I actually really like it and enjoy eating there. It's the only El Toro Loco and like Pirates Cove and a couple other restaurants that we go to are the only places we actually go inside for. But that's it. Let's see. And Arby's, we had lunch. $19.71. All right. So I'm going to total these up, and I'll be right back. All right, our total here is $204.11. And so pretty much right now I could tell you because I only budgeted $300, and minus the $362.60 were, I'm sorry, $332.60. And then that means we're over by $32.60 here. And in the negative, and then I had 200 budgeted here, so that means 204.11. I'm over by $4.11 there. So now we are going to move on to miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is anything you see in green. And I know it's hard to tell with the camera, but anything like an Amazon or Etsy purchase, things like that. Home Depot, I ordered something from Mary and Martha, so I'm gonna put miscellaneous. So I have 2 miscellaneous categories. I have one that we budget for, and I give us a finite number that I want to stay in and I don't want to go over. Miscellaneous for me is any little item that can't be categorized as grocery or household or gasoline or restaurants. So miscellaneous is like, say one of my kids says I need new shoes, or I need a new shirt, or I want to get something for my games, or I want whatever it is, anything random that doesn't really fall in the major categories, then I call it miscellaneous, because it's not something we buy often enough to give it a category. And I budget a certain amount of money every month, so we have freedom to spend in that miscellaneous, and everything's fine. But then there's miscellaneous unbudgeted, and that is things we didn't budget for, we didn't plan for. There is no amount that we set for it. And those are things that, like recent purchases, I already spent all the money in our miscellaneous unbudgeted for the week. And anything above that, I have to take out of the buffer, the checking account, or what's extra in the checking account. And that's where it pays from. So that's why I created another category. So right now we're looking at $38.78 for Amazon, and I had to buy power cords for my son's iPads that were like longer. They're used to having like, I bought him new iPads for Christmas, and I didn't think about the power cords. The power cords that you normally get with them are only like 3 feet, and they like having the 6 foot or longer cord, and so they can sit where they want to sit while they're using their iPads and watching stuff and all that. So I bought longer cords. It was 2 of them, and they had to be USB-C to Lightning, and oh my goodness, it was an ordeal. So there's that. And actually this had the power pack to it too. So there's that. And then Amazon, I bought light bulbs. So these were special light bulbs that were in our kitchen. I already bought them once before, but I bought the bright white and I didn't realize it. And I can use those somewhere else in the house. And I needed the soft white because the bright white was like, oh my gosh, you could see it from the moon. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. So here we go. Etsy, I bought some icons and stuff for myself. I don't have a sticker shop, but I am creating things. I'll show a little sneak peek of something that I did for my personal planner. I do not sell these, so don't start asking if I have them for sale. I'm hoping maybe down the road in a couple months, but I did this the other day, and so I can put HelloFresh in my budget planner. And I do have them titled as if I would sell them, but I'm just testing things out, and they didn't quite cut the way I wanted, and they're a little off, I think, but they did pretty well. So I'm still learning how to use my silhouette machine. And so I have those that I'm making, and I bought some icons and stuff to put my planners, and I'm just really enjoying myself. It's a hobby right now, so I have no pressure to do that. I still do these budget sheets, and I do sell these in my Etsy store, and that's Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. All the sheets you always see me use, I print, come from my Etsy store. So if you're interested in any of those, go check that out. Let's see, 1907 was light bulbs, 2809. I bought like a whole bunch of icons, like a whole bunch of stuff. That's why it was $28. But yeah, I bought it from like 15 different shops or something like that. I just got carried away that day, I think. And then I ordered my expense stickers from Sara Marie Stickers. I'm still not very good at, you'd think these would be easy, but trying to figure out how to do the 2-color and the curved edges and stuff like that in my silhouette, I'm still having trouble with, so I'll figure it out one day. So those are miscellaneous. Let's see what else I have. I bought some beautiful mugs from Mary and Martha that go with a dish set that I have been collecting from them, and they were just gorgeous. If you don't know what Mary and Martha is, it's basically a company, mostly women, I believe, sell the products, and it's women helping women, and they're build businesses and sell these products. of, you know, home decor and dishes and kitchen and all kinds of stuff and baby and kid stuff. It's just, they have some of the most gorgeous stuff, and it's all faith-based, and it's a faith-based organization, and I absolutely love that part of it. So I always, when I find stuff that they have in stock that I want, I always order from my friend and support her. So that's what I do there. Let's see. And I think that's all the miscellaneous because I ran out of money. I still went over a little bit, I think, but I ran out of money. So here we go. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to total that up real quick because I had nothing on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Now these are going to be miscellaneous unbudgeted, and you'll see that in just a minute. Okay, the total there was $168.33. And that is over budget because I think I only budgeted $150. So minus $168.33 gives me $18.33 over budget. So gas, I'm just gonna put that right here. I only spent once, and that was, let's see, where's that at? Gas. Oh, here it is. I'll move it back. So I spent my husband spent $27.71 on gas, and there's still money left over from there. So that's good. Now miscellaneous unbudgeted. So these are these little teeny tiny squares or expense stickers, and I only have them on this section right here. So we're going to go ahead and list that real quick, and this was what came out of my buffer. This is my first time doing this, but last month I actually confused myself. $42.36 from Home Depot, having one transaction in unbudgeted as well as budgeted miscellaneous, and oh my gosh, threw my whole budget off and I could not find it, but I finally figured it out. So my bank account was right and my budget sheets were a little off because of it. But now going into the new month and new year, I've decided to add that category, and that should clear up any confusion. That Amazon is another Apple cord power thing that I bought for the boys because the first one I bought was wrong. I didn't really need it, and this was the actual cords. So I also ordered 4 t-shirts from TeePublic. It's a t-shirt shop with many different vendors, I think, and he loves Lego t-shirts, but he's a full-grown man-sized person, and you can't find them in stores, so unless it's in the kids section, and he's too big for that. So $96.46 including shipping and tax, but they were $20 a piece per t-shirt. Good quality shirts, so I went ahead and ordered him some new ones. Home Depot, I wrote in here twice. I just realized that I don't need this one. So I'm going to remove, thankfully, I don't need that. Thankfully, I noticed that. I thought it had it twice, but I don't. Anyways, I just wrote the expense twice. I think I was just going back over my numbers. So I'm not going to rate that again. And then Amazon is $67.76. And then what did I get there? I got oh, t-shirts and socks. I just went through Hanes on Amazon site and ordered the young men in my life and my husband a bunch of stuff from Amazon. T-shirts and socks mostly. You can buy them in a pack of 6 or a pack of 4 or whatever, and then package of socks. Amazon, I needed green ink for these Frixon erasable pens, and so I ordered a pack of those, and those actually came in the next day, which was very quick. And then Ramsey for $29.99. So this is a class that one of my sons is taking with me for high school students on Dave Ramsey's financial piece stuff. So I'm teaching my kids this as well on how to budget, what's important to know, what's important to figure out to take care of yourself for the future. They do have autism, but they're very highly intelligent and capable of learning these things. So I want to make sure they understand why we feel debt is not a good thing, and why, you know, cash is the best, and why it's important, along with what the rules and stipulations are for somebody with SSI and Medicaid or anything like that, and keeping those rules straight as well. So yeah, that's what I'm teaching my sons. So I got a class for one of my sons. So let's total that up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am over budget because I don't plan for this for $287.25. I mean, that's quite a bit of money, and I'm just spendy right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sheet and I'm going to go over here to my weekly check-in, and I'll zoom back out so you can see the whole thing. Okay, I am back. So here's my weekly check-in. It's a 2-page weekly check-in. I always have 5 weeks on my budget sheets when I sell them, and you either use all 5 or use 4, and then I have a notes page. And my notes page, let me pop this out real quick. My notes page is for me to kind of break down per week what I want to spend in groceries for my spending trackers, and for my weekly check-in and my paycheck to paycheck budgeting. So I kind of break it down over here to remind myself. This time I actually used colored sticky notes here, a little see-through. I had to take a break there. I had a phone call and I record with my phone, so I'm not sure where I left off, but I know I was talking about these little stickers over here. They're, gosh, I can't remember the name of them. Anyways, they're just sticky notes. That's what they are, little clear sticky notes to help me keep in track of what I need to spend per week and how that's going to flow. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start filling this out, and I will zoom you guys in real quick so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm writing and everything like that. So here we are. So for grocery household, I have $300 that I budgeted, and restaurants is $200. So I'm going to take that off. And this is how I plan things out. I use a lot of sticky notes so I can film and write this with you guys, and I just haven't taken the sticky notes out. So you get a sneak peek on how I do things kind of behind the scenes. So spent for grocery household right there is the $332.60. And then I had $200 budget for restaurants, and I spent $204.11. So that's kind of how I knew I was over budget, because I already knew what I spent. And the only area I was not over budget was the gasoline, which is easy to keep under budget because we're not driving anywhere. $62.50. There we go. So with the miscellaneous that I did budget for, I did go over $168.33, and once I started going over in this amount, I realized, okay, I need to start doing unbudgeted miscellaneous. So our gasoline, I only spent $27.71. I didn't need gas, but my husband did, and that's for the Jeep. And then we spent $287.25. Now, you're going to see me do something unusual, and this is because this is new to me, and I'm only tracking this. I'm not actually including it with all this budget. This here, I'm just going to go like this, because I normally only track these 4 categories, and I'm not ready to include this in here. That comes out of the checking account buffer, and I actually track it and make sure it's counted money-wise and in my paycheck to paycheck. And you'll see here those same transactions are right here in my paycheck one. and that's where I'm actually tracking it mathematically as far as the budget goes. So this is just for my knowledge to remember how much I'm spending in my category. So I'm not including it in the math. I know it doesn't make any sense. Don't worry about it. We're just focused on the first 4 categories. And if you watched any of my other videos, those are the categories I focus on the most for the weekly check-in. So here we go. I do know that this totals up to $712.50. And that is that. And we're going to, as far as, you know, the budgeted side, and then now the spent side, as soon as I find my calculator here, we're going to total this up. And so I spent $332.60 plus the $204.11 plus the $168.33 plus $27.71. Again, I'm not including this number. This is new to me. I don't want to include it just yet unless I feel I need to. I just wanted to see how much I was actually spending per paycheck that were over budget. And that's all that's a reference to. And that's why I put it in parentheses to make it look different. Okay, $732.75. And so minus the $712.50. I should be over budget. As soon as I find my red pen, I should be over budget by $20.25. So let's see how that works going across. So and a lot of this I don't need the calculator because I can see it. Negative $32.60, negative $4.11, and then negative $18.33, and then positive here. So let's do the positive. 62.50 minus 27.71, and then this was positive 34.79. And then I'm going to go back and subtract and see if this total matches. Minus 18.33 minus 4.11 minus 32.60. 20.25. So in the negative, and that balances out. So I'm just going to draw a line through this because I don't want to mess up the numbers here. So now what I do, what I know I am off, in order to stay within my budget, my personal, what I want to keep in the budget every month for the entire month, is to make sure that I have listed, and I don't list it over here, but this is what I normally want the totals to be. If you total, let's see, okay, there we go, 600 plus 400, that's $1,000. So this total together is $1,000 for the month. You total this up, this is $650 for the month. You total all that up, that is $550 for the month, and it's the same every month. And you total all this up, it's $250 for the month. That is my totals. These are what I know I don't want to go over by the end of the month. Even though I go over possibly in just this little area, and I'm over by $25 or $20.25 for the week, I can kind of, because I have enough in the checking account to cover it in the buffer, I'm borrowing it from this week, basically is what I'm doing. Even though the cash is just now getting there, it kind of comes out in the wash in the end. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and set up for next week and put down these amounts so I know what I'm working with. So my grocery household, I know I wanted $300, right? Oh, my lights are covering that up. So the grocery household, $300, but I'm over budget by $32.60. In order to stay in that $1,000 range, I'm going to reduce this by $32.60 and say, okay, this is what I have left for week 2, and that's what the budget is for week 2. So it's going to be $267.40. Then we have restaurants. So restaurants was $200. I was over budget by $4.11. Again, I want to stay within that $650 for the entire month. So I'm going to reduce whatever the next week's budget is by what the over budget balance is so that I can stay within budget. I don't want to add to my budget. I just want to kind of stay within those numbers. So I borrowed $4.11 from this week, and it reduces what I want to spend by that amount. So I'm going to have $195.89 for my budget for next week as far as eating out. Miscellaneous, I was over in miscellaneous what I planned to spend, and what I put down was $150, and I'm going to take the $18.33 out, and that's going to give me $131.67. And then gasoline, I was not over budget there. So I'm going to take that $34.79 and I'm going to add it to the $62.50 that I did have planned for next week. That's going to give me $97.29. Now I'm going to put a 0 for miscellaneous unbudgeted because I do not plan for that. That's kind of my checking account buffer. That's where the money's coming from. But this keeps me in check. By reducing these amounts, I can hopefully stay within budget and be in positive numbers or very close to positive numbers over here, and not have to borrow from the next week. But this week 2 and week 3 are actually part, and I'll show you week 3, are part of the same paycheck period. So I may borrow from here just because they're the same paycheck period. So if I'm over in this week, it's okay. I still have this week, and I won't get paid again till the 4th one, or my husband won't, I should say, and then the 4th one down here. So that is my weekly check-in, and let me go ahead and zoom back out. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I think this is good. I still think we have enough for the budget next week. $267.40 plus the $195.89 plus the $131.67 plus $97.29. There we go. So let's move this over this way a little bit, and I'm going to put $692.25 as our total for the four spending categories. Even though I have a 5th category now, I didn't always, but that's just for reference on to remind me how much I'm spending in the unbudgeted category, and start slowing that down. I needed it in my face, not just 1 or 2 transactions or 4 transactions going, oh, that's not bad. When you see the total number, it makes me realize, okay, it is bad. So that's a problem. Yeah, so yeah, next week, next Friday or Saturday, I will have the weekly check-in for week 2, and hopefully in the next day or so I will have paycheck to paycheck budgeting coming up, and we will take these totals here, what we spent, and I've already kind of sneak peek set that up over here, so there you go. And I think that's all I have for today. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.